and dear audience. I, Arshvit Kaur.
I am Manat Kamboj. Heartily welcome you all in today's event. Firstly, I welcome on the stage Dr. Nitasha Bajaj, Innovation Ambassador. She will give a lecture rules on everything and every details presented here. Please ma'am, come here. Please give a huge round of applause.
Thank you, girls. A very good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Before I begin, I would like to sincerely thank our principal man, Dr. Surendra Kaur, for believing in me and giving me this opportunity to be an innovation ambassador and speak here today. Your trust and support means a lot, ma'am. I'm truly grateful for this chance to share my thoughts with you all. So today's topic is role of effective communication for women entrepreneurs. First, let's understand the concept of communication. I strongly believe that communication is not just about talking, it's about connecting. It is a process of exchanging information, ideas, thoughts, feelings and messages between individuals or groups using words, gestures, signs or behaviors. It can be verbal, non-verbal, visual or digital like messages or emails. Effective communication, as our topic says, plays a critical role in the success of women entrepreneurs and influence how they present their ideas, build relationships, lead teams and grow their business. It definitely plays a critical and strategic role in the success of women entrepreneurs and even the ability to overcome gender-based barriers. It goes beyond just speaking or writing well. It influences how they lead and how they climb the stairs of success. ना किसी से जीतने की चाह, ना किसी से जीतने की चाह, ना हारने का डर. खुद ही को खुद में ढूंढने की जंग अभी जारी है. So the first step towards women entrepreneur is building relationships and network. Effective communication helps women entrepreneurs build strong professional relationships. It enables them to connect with mentors, investors, customers and peers. If a women entrepreneur is an effective communicator, it helps her in overcoming gender barriers in male-dominated industries by projecting confidence and competence. Next, of course, is leadership and team management. Women entrepreneurs often have to balance empathy with authority. Through connecting with her team, this balanced approach is called honey versus hammer. That is, to build trust and at the same time set clear boundaries. So strong communication helps maintain that balance. Branding and marketing. If a woman is the face of a brand, then she should have the ability to communicate her story, her mission and value proposition impacts how the public perceives her business. She should know that effective communication can help her reach places. Next important point for women entrepreneurs is negotiation and persuasion. Everyone knows that women master negotiation. They are better equipped to advocate for fair deals and fundings. Then, of course, confidence and visibility. Strong communication makes women more visible in their fields, opening up opportunities for partnership and leadership. That means to focus on strengths and mindset of growth. Most importantly, I believe that a woman can inspire other women by being intentional, authentic, and empowering in actions and words. Women entrepreneurs can lead by example by pursuing the goals unapologetically. And an effective communication can definitely make you a mentor and share your knowledge without fear of judgment. It also helps you to speak against bias or injustice, especially when others are silenced. So, communication is a power tool for women entrepreneurs. It strengthens their influence, increases their visibility, and helps them lead more effectively. In a world where women still face entrepreneurial barriers, strong communication can be a key differentiator and show them that they are enough just as they are, while encouraging growth. A woman with a voice is by definition a strong woman. Thank you so much.
Really heartfelt performance. And we really appreciate the concept here, communication, that we all lack at some point and we all want to go into it and actually pursue it in a way that will help us, build us, or let us have the opportunities that we could, but we couldn't because we lacked this performance. That's really wonderful. We really appreciate this. Let's start the elocution, declamation and debate here. We have 3 students here who will be performing for elocution, debate and declamation. First, we'll like to invite Khushi Dhiman for Sanskrit declamation. Give her a
संस्कृतं संस्कृतेर्मूलं ज्ञानविज्ञानवारिधिः संस्कृतं संस्कृतेर्मूलं ज्ञानविज्ञानवारिधिः वेदतत्त्वार्थसंजुष्टं लोकालोककरं शिवम्। सर्वेभ्यो नमो नमः। अयि मान्यः निरीक्षीर्विवेकिनः निर्णायकः ज्ञानमार्ग अनुयायिनः श्रोतारश्च। अहमिदानीम् अत्र तव समक्षे भारतस्य प्रतिष्ठां विषये किञ्चित् वक्तुमिच्छामि। भारतस्य प्रतिष्ठां द्वे, संस्कृतं संस्कृतिस्तथा। एषा उद्घोषणा न केवलम् अस्माकं राष्ट्रस्य आत्मनस्य प्रतिध्वनिः अस्ति, अपि तु अस्माकं गौरवमयी अतीतस्य समृद्धभविष्यस्य च प्रतीकः अपि। संस्कृतं च संस्कृतिः च एते स्तम्भौ येषु भारतीयसभ्यतायाः महान् भवनं स्थितम्। संस्कृतं या देववाणी इति प्रसिद्धः भारतीय समृद्धेः अनमोल धरोहरः अपि अस्ति। वेदाः, उपनिषदः, महाभारतः, रामायणं च अन्यानि ग्रन्थाः अस्मिन् भाषायां लिखितानि। पाणिनिः महान् व्याकरणाचार्यः अष्टाध्यायी मध्ये वर्णितैः 4,000 सम्पूर्णं संस्कृत व्याकरणं प्रस्तापितवान्। पाणिन्यः नियमः भाषा सृष्टौ शब्द परिवर्तने ध्वनि संयोजने च वैज्ञानिक रूपेण व्यवस्थितः यः अद्यतन सनक अल्गोरिदमाणां कृत्रिम बुद्धि सिद्धान्तैः अपि संगतः दृश्यन्ते। तथा संस्कृति च भारतस्य संस्कृति न केवलं परंपरा अपि तु आत्मायाः अभिव्यक्तिः अपि अस्ति। सहस्रवर्षाणि यावत् एषा संस्कृति धर्मस्य, विज्ञानस्य, कलायाः, अध्यात्मस्य च संगम स्थानम् अभवत्। ऋग्वेदात् श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता पर्यन्तम् अस्माकं ग्रन्थेषु न केवलं दर्शनं, भौतिकशास्त्रं च उपदिष्टम्, अपि तु गणितं, विज्ञानं, मानवव्यवहारं च गहनं ज्ञानं प्राप्यते स्म। उपसंहार रूपेण केवलम् एतत् वक्तुम् इच्छामि, संस्कृतं संस्कृतिश्चैव, संस्कृतं संस्कृतिश्चैव भारतस्य यशः पदे ज्ञानं भावना चात्र ताभ्यां जीवन मंगलम। धन्यवाद। जय तु भारत। जय
With this, we come to the end of our Sanskrit declamation. The participant has shown not only their command of the language, but also their love for it. We respect it and we appreciate it. Let's give them a huge round of applause for their wonderful performance. Let's invite Khushi Dhiman again for her English elocution. Welcome her, please.
Well and truly said by someone that a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. They say that when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at also change. And that, my friends, is the quiet power of gratitude. The art of looking at light even when the lamp flickers. Gratitude is not just saying thank you. It is a state of being. The philosophers have long called it the mother of all virtues. In fact, the Stoics believed that it teaches us acceptance. The Bhagavad Gita teaches us to act without attachment, and both of these, my friends, are forms of gratitude in motion. It bridges what we desire to what we already possess. In fact, according to psychology, gratitude rewires the brain itself. Studies and researchers have proven consistently that if we write 3 things that we are grateful for every single day, then it significantly lowers our stress level and increases happiness. Why, you may ask? Well, this is because it changes our perspective from scarcity to abundance, from complaining to contentment. It doesn't really change the world outside us, rather, it changes the world inside us. But it is not always easy to be grateful after all, is it? How do you thank the storm after it breaks your roof? Yet, sometimes the storm is our very teacher, teaching us that gratitude is not born out of comfort. It is born out of perspective. So today, let us take a moment to look around. Look at all the opportunities that we have. Our friends, our life, our family, and this new day. A new chance to begin again and just breathe and say thank you. Because when we say thank you and truly mean it, we are not just blessing others. We are blessing ourselves first. Because gratitude turns pain into wisdom. And it might not make life completely perfect, but it does make life so beautifully alive. So let's say thank you and have a grateful day ahead.
Beautifully expressed. Now moving forward toward the English debate, I would like to invite Khushi Singla.
It's funny, isn't it? The more intelligent the machines become, the more insecure humans feel about their own jobs. A very warm good morning to respected judges, teachers and all my fellow debaters. Today I stand strongly in the favor of the motion that artificial intelligence, if uncontrolled, is a real threat to employment. We all love technology, don't we? It makes our life easier and faster. But my question to my opponent is, if AI truly creates jobs, then why are millions of people losing their every year? I hope my opponent can explain that later. Firstly, AI is replacing humans' job at an alarming rate. According to Goldman Sachs report, around 300 million jobs will be lost due to AI. And the World Economic Forum predicted that by 2025, almost 85 million jobs could be destroyed due to automation. Just imagine 85 million people getting unemployed, and in such a situation, how can my opponent claim that AI is safer for employment? Secondly, AI is now replacing not only low-skilled but also the higher-skilled jobs. Chatbots answer customer queries. Robots assemble cars, and AI tools like ChatGPT writes articles, do coding and design graphic. And companies prefer them because they are cheaper and faster. But my question to my opponent is, tell me, why should we ignore the human cost behind this efficiency? And finally, my worthy opponent may argue that AI is progress. Yes, it is progress, but progress without balance is dangerous, and machines cannot feel emotions, understand empathy, or think creatively. And if we let AI replace humans' job today, then we will not only lose our jobs, we will also lose the essence of work. So respected judges, with all these reasons, I strongly believe AI, if uncontrolled, is a real threat to employment. We should use technology, but wisely, not at a cost of humans' job and dignity. Thank you very much.
All the points were factually conveyed. Let's see what her opponent will say. We invite Ashmita from BCom final year. Please welcome her.
My opponent calls artificial intelligence a threat, and I call it a tool. A tool that separates those who fear change from those who create it. A very warm good morning, respected judges, teachers, and my fellow debaters. Today I stand against the motion that artificial intelligence is a threat to human employment. Answering my opponent's question, I would like to say that if we only look at the people who lost their jobs, we are only seeing half the story. When Industrial Revolution began, machines also replaced many workers, right? But in the long run, it created far more employment in new sectors. As Albert Einstein once said, the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. And that's exactly what AI represents. Change, not unemployment, my friends. My worthy opponent has painted AI as a villain. But let's not forget that every villain in history was once misunderstood. And AI is exactly one of them. Now, let's get to facts and not fears. According to World Economic Forum's report, by 2025, AI will create 97 million new jobs. Yes, you heard it right. 97 million. When computers were invented, people said the same thing. That, oh, computers will steal away our jobs. But I want to ask a simple question here. Did they? Not at all. Rather, they created millions of new opportunities in careers like IT, software, design fields. So instead of fearing job loss, why not see AI as a career multiplier? Let's be honest. AI has made our life so much more easier and smarter, but not scarier. In agriculture, AI-powered drones help farmers to spray their crops. In education, AI learning tools help personalize learning for each and every child. And this proves my point that AI is not a job destroyer, my friends. It is a job enhancer. If we think carefully, we'll get to see that the real threat is not AI, but it is our resistance to change. The real question is not, will AI take away our jobs? The real question is, will we take that opportunity to change ourselves and upgrade ourselves? So, my worthy opponent, AI is not our enemy. It is our partner. It doesn't take away jobs, it transforms them. And if you think AI is a threat, then I would say, may we all have more such threats that save lives and make work smarter. Thank you and have a great day.
With this, we come to the end of our debate screening. Today's session was truly filled with powerful thought, confident voice, and inspiring perspective. Our participants, Khushi Diman, Khushi Singla, and Ashmita, not only just show their speaking skills but also the ability to think deeply. And a big round of applause for all our participants. Thank you everyone for making this event a success.
Now, I'd like to invite our principal for IIC meeting that we are supposed to be here with our IIC council. Let's invite her with a big round of applause.
We have to wait for some time as executive members have to join this meeting. Yeah, not only Mariam, Shipra and executive.
बेटा कॉल कर लो।
नहीं, यही करेंगे। जो बाकी के बच्चे हैं वो चले जाएंगे यहाँ से, आप अपनी प्रैक्टिस वाले भी बेशक चले जाएं। यहाँ भी रहेंगे प्रेजेंट जो IIEC के मेंबर बनना चाहते हैं और डिफरेंट डेजिग्नेशंस लेना चाहते हैं। और दूसरा स्टूडेंट एग्जेक्टिव, जो मेन एग्जेक्टिव है हमारी, 13 और 11 मेंबर्स आ देयर, वो बच्चे। हाँ, ले लो। और अगर लवली मैम भी हमारे IIEC मेंबर बनना चाहते हैं तो यू आर इनवाइटेड टू बी मेंबर। All the staff members can be members of this council. Coordinatorship पे जाने के लिए उसमें समय लग सकता है। But you are invited to be member.
बेटा आप लोगों के ग्रुप्स में एक मैसेज सर्कुलेट करना था पिक्चर कॉम्पोजिशन के लिए, सबको पता है? आज उसकी लास्ट डेट थी, लेकिन आप में से अगर कोई सबमिट कराना चाहेगा तो कल तक करवा सकते हैं। पिक्चर कॉम्पोजिशन का मैसेज